What's up, everybody? What's up, Will? What's up, Harrison? What's up, Cody? What's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Tarantino. I play guitar in a band called Etherius, man. We are back. I'm here every night, streaming, playing all the best guitar solos, kicking some fucking ass here. Welcome. That was a song called Beneath the Land and Sea. I do not take requests. I just play all of my own original music here, but I hope you stick around. We are live on Twitch. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. We are live on, I think we're live on Facebook too. Let me make my rounds here. I'm doing well, Harrison, man. How are you? Hold on, I gotta turn on my Wi-Fi. I'm a professional. All right, Will says more Etherius. We're going to give you some more Etherius, man. All right, here's a song called The Dark Oracle. right, that was a song called The Dark Oracle. I'm going to play that again because I was out of tune. All right, Death Amphetamine, great Exodus song. He says, great tone. Thank you very much. Guitar Axe Effects, straight into the Axe Effects and then Axe Effects directly into my interface. All right, let me get in tune here. Oh, I'm actually, all right. I tuned like halfway through that song. All right, we're going to do that again. I don't do requests. I know people ask me all the time. I play all of my own music here, but thank you for asking. Hold on, my B string. All right. Death Amphetamine says, as a touring musician, Axe Effects is, dude, absolutely, man. Many tours I did, Axe Effects with a power amp and a cab. I set my rig up in 5 minutes. Nice and easy. If there's a problem, I know it's probably a cable or something, you know, signal path is very clean, so very easy to troubleshoot. And all that stuff. All right, let's see what's going on over on Twitch. All right, what's up, Trey? He said, "'Twas definitely out of tune." I was out of tune, yes. I don't play the Prawn Hub theme. What is that? I don't even know what that is. My pedal board? My pedal board does not exist. I do not have a pedal board, actually. Nothing on my pedal board. It's just guitar, Axe Effects. I have a tuner here that I use mostly, obviously, to tune, but I also just use it to mute my signal. But I do not have a pedal board. I know that's a shock, right? All right, let's see what's going on over on YouTube. Yo, what's up, Phil? All right, Phil asks, what age did I start playing and how many hours a day did you dedicate yourself? Your chops and writing skills are top-notch. Thank you, Phil. Phil's a dedicated listener. I know you be following me on TikTok and Instagram. I started playing when I was 13. I've been playing for 28 years now. I just turned 41 a couple weeks ago. God, when I was in high school, I used to practice like 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day. I didn't do nothing but play guitar. And so I did that for a couple of years. And then when I was like 19, I was about 19, I joined my first band, like serious band. So, and the rest is history, man. I don't get to practice as much as I would like, but it's okay because I still get a couple hours a day and of just doing these streams. I have to play guitar for like 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day. So it's good. The streams kind of help me keep my chops up. But I do miss the days when I would just fucking woodshed 6 hours a day. Saturday and Sunday I would play for 8 hours a day. I wouldn't put the damn thing down. I kind of miss those days. It was very innocent. I had big dreams until the music business crushed all that. But it's fine. I'm not mad. I'm still doing what I'm trying to do, or doing what I'm trying to accomplish here, or accomplishing whatever my goals are. You know what I mean, man. I'm still here kicking ass. I love to play the guitar, so I'm going to do it till the casket drops, or till I physically can't do it anymore. All right, let's do that again. This song is called The Dark Oracle. All right. That was a song called The Dark Oracle. What's up? What's up, Beheading the Serpent? Can I do Wrong Side of Heaven? I don't know how to play that. I'm not ignoring you, man. I can't fucking respond while I'm playing a song. Jesus Christ, man. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. But seriously, I don't know how to play it. All right. What's up, Max? What's up, Darkwing? All right, Trey asked, what amp model do I use in the Axe Effects? And if I use, it's actually preset number 368. The preset is called Cliffs of Dover. So obviously it's based on Eric Johnson. So it's based on a hot rodded plexi with a tube screamer. So it has more than enough gain. So that's what, that's my sound. South of Heaven? Oh, come on, man. Hold on. I'll play it in B. Tuning. Yeah, tuning in this weather is trash. Oh, you wouldn't have guessed my tone? Yeah, man, it's really that is my tone. I'll be playing says I want to get my hands on the new Iomi. I was just watching the video that Laney put out of the new TI, was it the TI 100? I was just watching that video too, so it's funny you mentioned that. Yeah, dude, Tony, it's so funny, man. Like, when anybody plays Paranoid, you obviously know it's Paranoid, but it's like when Tony Iommi plays Paranoid, it's like you just know that it's him. It just sounds different than when anybody else plays it. I don't know how to explain it. All right, listen, Sandman, I didn't get the sound effects set up, all right? Leave me alone. All right, let's see. Let me go to YouTube. I'm forgetting about the YouTube people. All right, David asks, does it get more difficult mastering the instrument if you only know demanding songs? How do you make it even? No, it doesn't get more difficult. Because I play in a cover band as well. So, you know, even though here, like, I'm doing all my own stuff, I do play in a cover band. So I learn, like, Alice in Chains. I learn songs. Listen, I will say this. There is no song that is easy to play. Whether it's Creed, Sabbath, Alice in Chains, Dokken, Rat, you know, we do Metallica, we do Priest, we do Maiden. Every song has its challenges. So there's no such thing as an easy... I don't think there's any such thing as an easy song. So that's my opinion. Just from playing in a cover band, you know, I used to kind of have the attitude of like, oh, it's got to be technical. But nah, man, even the songs that aren't technical, they have their challenges. Like, I think some of the most challenging music to play is Van Halen. Like, we do once in a while we do Panama, and we do Drop Dead Legs. Those songs are not easy to play because there's you have to have a certain groove to play it. It's a certain feel. Like, you can play the riffs, but can you play the riffs? I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, can you play the riffs like with the groove? You know, you can play it, but yeah, it's gonna sound stiff. But can you get locked in with the groove? It's the timing. Yeah, it's all about it's not even about being in time. It's about playing with the time, being a little bit ahead, a little bit behind the swing. Like Max nailed it. It's the swing, and that's what made Sabbath so great. It was the swing, man. They were a jazz band. To me, they were a jazz band and a blues band that just played heavy. Trey says, my friend plays parts of Cliffs of Dover, can't nail the groove for anything. Yeah, that song has a groove to it that you have to... It sounds square. Yeah, it's stiff. Stiff would be the word that I would use. But yeah, you gotta... Yeah, there's just a groove to it. Beheading the Serpent says, it's why you can play Metallica, but you'll never sound like Hetfield and Hammett. This is true. Do I know Take Me to the Top by Motley Crue? I don't know how to play that. It's the pick... Dude, it is the picking hand. Absolutely, yes. Eric has even said he did a ton of punch-ins with that song to get it right, dude, which is crazy. Which, you know, think about when that song was recorded. That song was recorded when 86. So think about all the punch-ins with the tape, man. That must have been a bitch. Now we just hit Control Spacebar, and boom, there it is. But yeah. Now, I thought Cliffs of Dover was in 86 because I remember there's that classic video of him playing on Austin City Limits in 1988 when he played Cliffs of Dover. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Beheading the Serpent says back then there was a tape engineer. Well, yeah, because you had to if you were using, like, let's say you were recording with 48 tracks, you have to sync two 24-track machines together, and you have to get them to sync up. Otherwise, it's a clusterfuck. You're never going to get it right. Oh, it was 1990. Okay. I did not know that. It's like when, I don't know if you guys ever heard the story about Beat It. I heard Steve Lukather tell this story. When Eddie recorded his solo for Beat It, he cut the tape because he cut one of the verses out. I think it was. He cut the tape, and when he sent it back, they couldn't sync the tape machines together. They had a hard time. They had a hard time syncing the tape machines together. Not only that, but so they ended up. They only had, I think, at that point, the only tracks, the time code. Yeah. It's the, what the hell they call it? The simp code? Something like that, yeah. What happened was, I guess so they had to re-record the drums and the guitar. Because I think what it was, I'm getting this all messed up, but I think what it was is, they had sent Eddie a tape, and it had Michael's vocals on it. Yeah, basically... Jeff Porcaro like made a click track, like so they had to re-record the drums. He actually listened to the tape. He listened back to the vocal tracks with a pair of headphones, and was recording a click track to Michael's vocal track, so he could play along. Like, think of how crazy that is. So he recut the drums. The take you hear is the first take that he did, which is wild. And then I remember Steve Lukather saying he recorded the guitars with like more of a Marshall sound, because obviously with Eddie's solo he wanted like a heavier sound, and Quincy Jones told him that to re-record it because it was too much. He wanted it to sound cleaner because they were trying to get played on like R&B radio. So that's why the guitar is a little bit cleaner. Lukather wanted he wanted the Marshalls, the overdriven Marshalls. But just think about that. Did he do the solo in one take? I don't know. I don't know if he... No, I think what he did... he did a couple of versions of the solo, and he told Quincy Jones to pick which one they liked the best. I think that's what it was. Is it a bunch of edits? See, the story I heard was that Eddie recorded like 2 or 3 different takes and told Quincy Jones to use the one they liked the most. Maybe they cut them together. I don't know. Interesting. Dude, it's so interesting, man, to listen... to hear stories of how they recorded music, 40, 50 years ago when the technology was still kind of limited. Oh, I'm the same way, man. I love music history, too. I don't know if Slash did the Dirty Diana solo in one take. That I'm not sure about. That would be an interesting story to dig up. I don't know the backstory behind that song. I also think that the Beat It solo, I think that was one of the first things Ed did at 5150, because I think he had just built the studio at that point. The story behind the moaning, wasn't that Axl's girlfriend? We don't discuss that here. Yeah. Oh, it was Adler's girlfriend? Oh. She was banging Axl. Axl was banging her. In the vocal, but yes. I've heard something like that, yeah. Interesting. Maybe that's why Steven Adler got kicked out of the band. All right, Trey's talking about picking up hitchhikers. Bro, you live dangerously, my friend. That is something I would not do. Nah, he was a little effed up back then. Oh, I didn't get it. Hold on, let me go back and reread it. I missed it. He said, for those who don't know, Sandman's ex is fat. He says everyone is fat. I'm not fat. I go to the gym every fucking day, motherfucker. Oh, you picked him up with your... Okay, I missed that part. Max says, I don't want a hitchhiker stealing my guitars. They could take an Uber. That's how horror movies start. What's up, Larry C? The thick kind. No, we ain't talking about thick. We talking about... No, there's thick and then there's like just obese. There is a difference. When we talk about thick, we talking about riffs. I got thick riffs. All right, Mookie on TikTok asks, I've been playing for a month. What tips do I have? If you've been playing for a month, I don't know what you've learned yet. Learn all your open chords, G, D, C major. Hold on, let me start that again. G major, D major, C major, A minor, A major, E minor, E major, all the basic open chords that are used in every song. Okay, cowboy chords except F and B. Yeah, learn bar chords. Get used to playing bar chords and learn the pentatonic scale. I would say that's a good place to start. He said there's thick, there's fat, there's obese, and there's Sandman's ex. Damn. I think I said this before. Like the Sandman ex-wife jokes are old. That's old news, man. We've been saying that shit for like 15 years. Jacob says that'll be $50. Pentatonic and major scales will help with dexterity. This is true, yes. You're stuck on bar. Listen, I would say for bar chords, my word of advice to you is get good. Before you learn how to play full like major and minor bar chords, get really good at barring your index finger across all the strings and being able to make sure all the notes sound out. Like you don't want to bar your index finger and then have it sound like hold on. like where it's like one or two notes are clear and the rest of them are like something like that. You want it to be. You know, you don't want it to sound. You don't want like two notes to be clear and then the rest of them are like just they're muffled. Get good at barring your index finger across all 6 strings. I think that's a good place to start. Still a good reason to keep that ship afloat. Larry C says pentatonic is better than penitentiary. This is true, man. Stay out of jail, folks. Crime don't pay. He says, and prepare for pain in the fingers. This is true. All right. Here's a song called Thread of Life. What's up, Anzi? Did I learn any Jason Becker songs? I know a couple licks here and there, but I never really sat down to learn any Jason Becker stuff. You got Etherius CDs but no CD player. Well, that's why we got Spotify. That was a song called Thread of Life from my band Etherius. Daniel says, sounds amazing. Thank you, Daniel. I bet you any money Darkwing's phone died. I hope she hears me say that. All right, Beheading the Serpent says, I love how your tone is really dry, like a Mesa Mark II without a tube screamer, without a tube screamer and a mid EQ. Yeah, I have a little bit of the mid boost going on. I do have a little bit of delay. So it's not totally dry. A little bit of a delay, but I don't want to have too much because then it washes out the signal and it just, to me, effects kind of covers up. It's good to have, Max says I always have delay in my lead. It's good to have a little bit. I think too much and then it washes out the sound and it just covers up sloppy playing. So I try to keep it as dry, as minimal as possible. But I always want to have a little bit of delay. Yeah, rhythm is always dry. I have a little bit of reverb going on. I'm just using one sound right now. Beheading the Serpent says, I mean, dry is into distortion. Yes, it's definitely a tighter. And I'm not using a ton of gain. Again, the gain, too much gain washes out the sound and it covers up, it just covers up bad playing. All right, Trey says, I have overdrive, chorus always on, wah, and roto vibe. Dude, I love the roto vibe, man. It's a cool effect. Yeah, the chorus, I used to, when I was younger, I used to be big into using chorus for my leads just to give it a fatter sound. But I kind of got away from that. It was a little too much. What do I do for a clean tone? I use, there's another tone. I use a little bit of compression, a little bit of chorus. I use a tone based on like a Fender Vibrolux or a twin reverb with a little bit of compression, a little bit of chorus, and a slight delay. A little bit, not too much, man. You don't want to go crazy with it. Just enough so that it's there, but it's not overbearing. Beheading the Serpent says, I generally just add delay for the solos. Very rarely will I use reverb. Yeah, reverb too. Reverb is one of those things where if you don't use it right, it washes out your sound. Max says, I go for Mesa Lone Star. Oof. Dude, I have a friend that has a Mesa Lone Star 212 combo, and that is one of the nicest clean tones that I have ever heard in my entire life. That is a beautiful sounding amp. Let's see. Josh says, Widley Widley. I don't know any Buckethead songs. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going to play a song now from, again, another track from my band Etherius. Our new album is called Hymns of the Crimson Raven. That is it right there. I'm going to play a song called Veins of Silver and Sorrow. And if you want to check out the song, if you want to check out all of our catalog, if you're on TikTok, just click that link tree that's in my profile. Here's a song. Again, Veins of Silver and Sorrow. This is Max's favorite song with the double picking. That was a song called Veins of Silver and Sorrow right there. I gotta get this volume knob fixed. This volume knob is all jacked up. Alright, Bishepe says, cheers from El Salvador. He says, that guitar tone is perfect. Thank you very much. Etherius is the name of the band. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you. Money says, I want that tone on my guitar. Axe Effects preset number 368 on the Axe Effects. It's called Cliffs of Dover. That's the tone. It's not the stock tone. I did modify it a little bit, but that's the tone that I have. Here, I'll put the link in the chat for you over on YouTube. Let me pin that. There you go. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to check out all the songs I'm playing here, just click the link tree that I just pinned in the chat there. The first link is our Spotify, so if you want to check out our catalog, man, just click that first link. We'll do the same thing. Dude, scratchy pots are the worst, yeah. When you said I love my FM 9, I read that as F minor 9. I like F minor 9. It is a good chord, man. It's a great chord. Minor 9 is like the amazing chord. There we go. Especially voice with the minor second on top. Yeah, dude, I love doing that. I had this like piece that I wrote like a while ago for acoustic guitar where it was just E minor 9 and I just kept changing the bass notes. It was just going up and down with the bass note. And then just going down. That is a beautiful sound. Andy Summers uses... Yeah, I know Roxanne was... not Roxanne, Message in a Bottle. C sharp minor 9, I think was the first chord. Message, yeah. What's up, Jackie? Was that song inspired by Andy James? Not really. I do love Andy's playing, though. He's a phenomenal guitar player. He's very melodic, too, which I love. Like, Andy can play... He can shred with the best of them, but he's just got a great sense of melody as well. Yeah, Andy James is just a... He's a great writer, a great soloist, just all around. He's a funny guy, too, man. He's really cool. I got to do a tour with him in 2017, man. Well, we did 2 tours. We did the European tour with Angel and Andy James, and then we did the Guitar Collective tour in the States with Scale the Summit, and it was Andy and Scale the Summit. That was a fun tour. We had a good time. Much whiskey was consumed. No, we have... So that's not our first album. We have 3 albums. So our first album is called Thread of Life, which I played... The song Thread of Life is on the first album. So we have Thread of Life. This is our first album. And then I don't have a copy of our second album because we sold out of all the physical copies. Our second album is called Chaos Order Renewal. And then this is our third album, Hymns of the Crimson Raven. This just came out in November. There it is. Beheading the Serpent says he's one of the few Whiskey plus guitar, five blues licks repeated all day. You ain't kidding. You ain't lying, bro. Beheading the Serpent says he's one of the few that can shred, but the shredding is musical. Yes, definitely. When I'm drunk, man, and I start playing the blues, I start doing it. Cannot play the blues. All right, so Chaos Order Renewal. I got the idea. Yeah, man. Or I play that fucking Guns N' Roses riff all the time. Speaking of bluesmen, is it floating? Not really. It's I have it set up mostly to go down. I can't really pull up on it, but I don't really do that too much anyway. I know who Kingfish is. He is a monster, yeah. Listen, man, a big black guy from Mississippi, he's got to play the blues, man. I'm sorry. He's got to be good at playing the blues. That's like a prerequisite. Chaos Order Renewal got an NWO vibe. New world order. It's true. But anyway. Any death song? The only death riff that I really know is... I don't really know a whole ton of cover songs. I'm just so used to playing my own shit. Larry C says, was reminiscing on Stevie Ray today. Oh, the Texas floods. Yeah, dude, it's getting crazy down there. It's definitely not a good time. Floating bridges mean you got to adjust your left hand when you do bend. Yeah, dude, I've gotten used to it. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I've seen a little bit of what's going on in Texas, man. It's pretty wild. I think there was like two sisters that were found dead, which is wild. I think there was like 11-year-old and 13-year-old sisters. Yeah, even if you're used to it, man, it's like living in Florida, man. The people in Florida are used to hurricanes, but it still sucks. Make a better guitar with it blocked. And alligators, yeah. Watch them gators. Beheading the Servant says the death toll is up past 80. Holy shit! Wow. I follow Reed Timmer, the meteorologist. And he's down there. I think he's down in Texas right now, like covering the floods. I mean, we've had the Midwest and the South has had some crazy weather that, like, in the last couple of weeks, just like crazy tornadoes in South Dakota or North Dakota. And then, crazy tornadoes in the Great Plains, flooding in Texas, dude. It's been wild. Just crazy, crazy stuff. All right, Beheading the Servant says we had a bunch of tornadoes in Georgia not too long. Oof. Yeah, dude, I don't want to deal with tornadoes, man. That's why you couldn't pay me enough money to move out to the Midwest. Oklahoma, Kansas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Iowa. Hell no. Nebraska, no thank you. I will stay right here on the East Coast. Do I do my own setups? No, I change my strings, but when I need to do a setup, I have a guy. Because he's awesome. He builds guitars. So I trust him with my stuff. I've known him for a long time. But I do my own work if I have to sometimes. All right, man, let's get back to some music. Enough talking about the weather. All right. Here's a song called Sedna. All right, Samuel wants to hear hymns. We're going to get to it. I got to use the white guitar for that one. We'll get to it, though, I promise. Said enough. If I mess up the first note of that solo, I am totally lost. I can't remember what I did. Let's try that again. That's how you know it's live, man. I be making mistakes all the time. But who cares? Right now. Jesus Christ, man. There we go. Fuck. My name is Jay Tarantino, and I've been playing guitar for 28 years, and I suck. nailed it. All right. Darkwing. What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Darkwing? Darkwing says... She says, bad day at work, Etherius. Break up with your boyfriend, Etherius. Depresso, espresso, Etherius. Seems to be a constant in my life now. I'm sorry. Darkwing's in the TikTok chat. Trey says, Angel sucks more D than you, though. Well, I would hope so, because I like women, and only women. So, yes. Ask that, what military dude? I don't want to know. She said, never ever say sorry for that. Nope. Nah, man, yeah. No, Darkwing's in the TikTok chat. Everybody misses you in Twitch. All right, you're having floods in El Salvador too? I'm sorry. Listen, I hope you stay safe. I'm sorry to hear that, man. People are really going through it right now. The key, yeah, this Kiesel has stainless steel frets. That is correct. Oh, it won't let you in. What? That's weird. Yeah, dude, stainless steel frets. Oh, there she is. That's my lovely assistant, Darkwing. All right. I force-stopped this bish. That's right. All right, so for everybody on TikTok is like, who are you talking to? I am simulcasting on Twitch. So the Twitch chat is over there. And that's my lovely dandelion. Yeah. That's your safe word, isn't it? All right, here's a song called Gilded Shadows of Oblivion. I'm going to get to hymns. I know Samuel is waiting patiently, man. I will play it for you. The limit does not exist. All right, here's a song called Beneath the Land and Sea. All right, Samuel, have a great night, man. Dude, we'll play it for you next time, man, I promise. Is the camera back? Because it looks good on my end. Like, it's not... My camera's working fine. Okay, it is back. That was weird. Huh. Larry sees everyone getting sniped. Yo, you know what's funny? I was listening to Coach's stream while I was driving. I was working. I went inside to get something to eat. I came back out and it was gone. I was like, what happened? Like, it was gone. Just poof. I was like, where the hell did Coach go? What happened? And then I figured it out. Yeah, it's the new world, the new world order. She says, welcome to being victimized by OBS. play Afterlife, man. Sorry about that. That was a song called The Dark Or. That was not The Dark Orc. What the fuck am I talking about? That was a song called Arctic Shadowscape. All right. I have a classical guitar rated. Okay. What's up, Matt? Matt says rated right into ads. Darkwing says, man, if you guys saw me right now, are you okay? I know it will cheer you up. What's up, Brian? What's up, Blue Eyes? I don't know who Blue Eyes is, but welcome. Jeff Bezos, and his Les Luthor looking ass. That's funny, man. Darkwing says, literally in tears, trying to be happy. I know it'll cheer you up. But let me play some more music. Thank you, Vanessa. Brian needs to be cheered up, too. We'll cheer up Brian as well. We'll get you all going here. We got you. All right. Who else needs a hug? I'll just give out hugs like Oprah. You get a hug. You get a hug. You get a hug. Everybody gets a hug. Unless you don't shower. If you don't shower, you don't get a hug, man. You got to be clean, all right? Don't be stinking. Yeah, collective hug. There we go. All right. I like giving people hugs. All right, Max showered today. All right, I'll give Max a hug. Airport hug. All right, Matt says, dude, I just did an hour straight of Sabbath. Dude, my man, bro. All right, you know what? Let's jam out a little bit here. I want y'all to sing along, all right? I fucked that up. Fucking love that song, man. That whole middle section just gets me. Fuck yeah. Larry C says, if it makes you feel, just remember there's somebody out there that just discovered what a... Oh my God. That's a person who gambled and lost. Jesus. That was... God damn, you guys are terrible. All right, let's see. What's up, Cassian? I do remember you, man. How can I get distortion without pedals and only my amp? You should have a gain. You gotta have a gain knob on your amp. If you want to get distortion without pedals, I mean, I don't know what kind of amp do you have. If you have an amp that doesn't have a gain knob, then you can't. You're gonna have to get a pedal, or punch holes in your speakers. I don't recommend that though. Any Spanish metal song? I don't really know. Nah, I don't know any Spanish metal. I do like to play Phrygian dominant scales, so you get a little bit of a Spanish flavor. All right, that was my sloppy rendition of Into the Void. I love how every Sabbath song has a complete left turn halfway through, then becomes a brand new... Dude, that's so true. Even like Snowblind. Snowblind is a great example of that. That's Tarantino for I like to be fancy. I'm a bougie motherfucker. I only like the finest things in life, all right? I work hard for my money. I deserve it. Treat yourself. All right, man. Yeah, only blue guitars will suffice, man. None of this other shit. And the white guitars too are good. All right. Here's a song called The Omnipotent. I think for tomorrow I'm gonna get the clean tone going with the Axe Effects. Because I like playing this intro. I used to play it, but now I'm lazy. Trey says, I had an inappropriate question, but I won't ask it. No, you should ask it, because we say inappropriate things here. You fit right in. Go to Only J's. That's right. $5.99 a month. you going live tomorrow, 8 o'clock? I'll pop into your stream. I'll try to raid, but I don't know how to raid. I still don't know how that works. I know Sandman's laughing at me. Everyone go watch Max tomorrow, 8 o'clock. He'll be doing like covers of Dua Lupe. Is that her name? And other stuff. Oh, he's gonna do Sabbath stuff. All right, I'm definitely tuning in. All right. Fuck yeah. That song never gets old. Fucking war pigs. Darkwing says, literally, this man could play guitar during everyday activities and panties coming off. All right, let's see. You have an Ibanez amp. Interesting. Are guitars with two humbuckers better than guitars with single coils? Neither one is better than the other. It's just the sound, whatever kind of sound you like. I do not own a guitar with single coils, actually. Believe it or not. Every guitar I own has humbuckers. But Strats are very nice. One is not better than the other. It just depends on what kind of sound you like. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but there's no right or wrong answer, I think. All right, Max says, it all depends on the sound. I like the hum, single, hum combo. Dude, you know what I will say? I used to have I had a Kirk Douglas SG, Kirk Douglas from the Roots. And you could split the pickup. It's a 3 pickup SG. You could split the coils, and it was amazing because you could get a Gibson that sounds like a Strat. If you ever wanted a Gibson that sounded like a Strat, that's the guitar. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's each pickup. You can split the coils, and very interesting tones, man. This is cool. It's just I sold it because I don't play it that much. I felt kind of bad, but it is what it is, man. I didn't really play it that much, so I felt bad holding on to it. Max says, my guitar player in my metal band has a new SG special. It does something similar to what you're describing. Dude, yeah, the new SG, that 74 SG you have with the Vibrola? No. The Bigsby? Is it a Bigsby? That thing is nice, man. Very cool. All right, I need to switch guitars. Oh, you're going to play it tomorrow? She said, oh, yes, you do. Listen, I'm the one that gives the orders around here, okay? She says, I'm sorry, guys. Darkwing be trolling. I be tuning and she be trolling. All right. Here's a song called Ad Livun. Max says he needs a guitar with a reverse headstock. Dude, you know what's funny, man? I actually prefer the reverse headstock. I think it looks better. Ad lib on, yes. This whole song is an ad lib. we going to do that one again? Darkwing says, Darkwing throws shirt on stage. You better throw your shirt at me, you bish. You fucking right. Instant replay, yes. Take 2, man. We'll do it all over again. He says you could play a ring toss style game on his guitar head while throwing your wardrobe at him. That's not a bad idea. She says, I'm not trying to make Jay divorce me before I meet him in real life. Oh, my God. Oh, that's too funny. All right, Gregoire Fox. When do we get to meet the whole band? Dude, nobody in the band is on TikTok except for me. Just kidding. About which part? Yeah, I'm the only one that has TikTok. Believe it or not. My bass player has a Twitch. Bulletproof. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, y'all putting the cart before the horse. He says, I've had worse thrown at me. Poor guy. All right, I got a tune. I got a few more, man. We're going to do a few more. Yo, we're going to go for 2 hours. Let's do a 2-hour stream. What's up, Austin? Austin, you are here just in time, man. I'm about to play your song, my friend. Larry C says, what can I say? I'm from Detroit and marriage can be hard AF sometimes. Jay's bass player trips on a potato. The fuck is this? Blame it on Darkwing. That's it. Potato, potato. I like mashed potatoes. Tarantatoes. Oh, that's fucking great. I prefer Idaho potatoes. You can't top... Yeah, I think Darkwing wins the internet today. Tarantatoes. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's... Austin says sauteed. Bro, I'm with you, man. And I like pork chops too, Austin. I like mashed potatoes and pork chops. This bitch can't stop laughing. Max is getting hungry. Dude, I'm getting hungry too, man. Max is hungry and his bitch won't stop laughing. Jesus Christ. We got a bunch of heathens. She said full-blown fat kid laughing. Tarantatoes. Vanessa is laughing too. You guys on TikTok, you have no idea what's going on in the Twitch chat. It's pandemonium right now. It's just chaos. It's getting out of control. Twitch is the cool kids table. Apparently it is, yeah. Austin doesn't have Twitch. I feel bad, dude. But it's that's why I read the chats, man, so you can feel like you're a part of the group. Bunch of comic relief over here. Max says Austin needs to level up. You better boss up. I won't say the last word. All right. All right, we got... I'm sorry. I'm totally neglecting everybody on YouTube. Cassian asked, what do I think about Slipknot's new drummer? Dude, Eloy is amazing, man. I loved him in Sepultura. So, I am a fan. I'm not a Slipknot fan, but I do like Eloy. I think he's a great drummer. The drum line at the Black Sabbath tribute, you know, when he did the drum line with Danny Carey and everybody, man, that was awesome. Shea Butter on TikTok says, Twitch is for the most insufferable content creators. Are you telling me that I'm insufferable? It's okay. Austin says, I only have... Austin, if you go to Facebook, I am live on Facebook. Yeah, Vanessa moved over when I got a TikTok ban for a week. What is my superpower in guitar? Jason Becker. I mean, I could do like fuck that up. Steve Vai throws his guitar in frustration. All right. Where's my man Redneck? This song is for you, my friend. Throw potatoes, not guitars. That's good advice, man. All right. Yo, my man dropped the Galaxy. Redneck, man. My bro. Dude, you rule, man. Thank you. All right. That was a song called The Inevitable End. All right, Austin, bro, have a great night, man. Can I play any Bodum songs? I actually don't know any Bodum songs, but I do love Bodum, man. Rest in peace, Alexi. Starch and Defy. Hymns of the Crimson Russet. Y'all are going nuts. Y'all are going ham with the potato jokes. The Tarantatoes over here. There we go. All right, I'm going to play one more song. What song should I play? This is going to be the last one for the night. We're going to go for 2 hours. Yeah, I don't know how this whole thing started. This just got out of control real quick. All right. She says, what? There's what? What is it? Vanessa says, Darkwing over there tossing clothes and potatoes. Oh, you trying to blame it on Max? No, this all started when Darkwing... No, this whole thing started when Darkwing said something about taking off her shirt and throwing it at me. That's where this started. Ah, now you remember, yeah. And then everybody, it just went to another level. Something about G-strings and playing ring toss. I don't know what's going on. Somehow that evolved into potatoes. Vanessa wants to know how a top turned into a potato. I have no idea. I'm very confused. Max says the two goth models better be posing with potato guns in Etherius shirts. This next promo video is going to be golden. No worries. Filming was done during this live. Ah, okay. What do you mean you look like a potato? What are you talking about? No film. No filming? Bro, this chat has just gone off the rails. It went off the rails a long time ago. Max says he came here for the potatoes, the shred, the HVAC, and the insanity. Dude, listen, this is your one-stop shop for all things insane. And the one crazy train moment. Beautiful Not Savage says, you've got an awesome crew. We have a great crew here. You're part of the crew, too. I know you're not on Twitch right now, but you're part of the crew. I'll play it like Zach Wild. No, I don't do enough pinch harmonics. Not enough, yeah. That's right, Jakey Lehman, F the world. Very sloppy. Oh, his video, yeah. Did you see Nuno play Bark at the Moon at the tribute? Dude, it was fucking amazing, man. Nuno was one of the highlights of that whole thing. He killed it. He was so good. He did Believer too, man. Believer sounded great. Dude, yeah, go watch this it was Nuno, I think David Ellefson, I think Mike Borden on drums. Larry C says, I apologize, Terran Tatoes, but I sadly got to go. Bro, I'll see you tomorrow, Larry C. We'll see you tomorrow, man. Redneck wants to do another tap. We'll do another one this weekend. Sleep, yes, that's right. Sleep Token's drummer was there too. Yeah, it was it was Jakey Lee. It was excuse me. It was Nuno. I think it was David Ellefson on bass, or it was David Ellefson and Frank Bello. They switched. Lizzie Hale sang The Ultimate Sin. Who the hell sang Bark at the Moon? I don't remember. I know Travis Barker played drums on a couple songs. He said the S word. And now Darkwing hates him. All right, everyone. Yo, I was going to play another song, but I don't feel like playing guitar anymore. I'm tired. We did 2 hours tonight, man. It's a pretty epic stream. This stream was out of control. I got to go to work tomorrow, man. We'll play more tomorrow. We'll continue. We'll do this all again tomorrow. Everyone go follow Max. Go watch his stream. He'll be on at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and then I'll be doing my stream after his. Give him a follow. Again, if you guys want to check out Etherius, I left a link in the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat. And if you're on TikTok, just click the link tree that's in my profile. And I will see you guys tomorrow, man. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.